Well, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and there's a special event coming up in which local groups are giving on-site referrals to people looking for help. Self-care plays a key role in maintaining your mental health. And Carol Zuniga, the CEO of Hegira Health, is with us right now to talk about that and to talk about the importance of self-care. And I'm so glad you're here to talk about that, because I think when we talk about mental health awareness, we think it's just, to get folks diagnosed and to help people who are currently dealing with the disorders. But there's a lot of prevention that can happen in the way of self-care. So could you speak to that a little bit?
Absolutely, and thanks so much for having me here today. So self-care absolutely is critical to mental health, and it's really important to think about mental health on a spectrum. So we have mental health, we all have mental health to be aware of all of the time, and then you have at the end, you have mental illness. So we're talking about self-care to maintain our mental health. So self-care means doing those things that preserve your wellness or promote your wellness for both your mental health as well as your physical health.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't understand that prevention is a huge part of this, right? We want to try to nip things in the bud before they progress. And that means for things like depression, which I understand depression is the biggest mental health disorder that is diagnosed on a day-to-day basis. Talk about practicing self-care and the challenges there. I wonder what you see, because a lot of people might say it's easier said than done.
Absolutely. So self-care just sounds like an easy thing, and it's not. But the good thing about self-care is that it's very individualized.
Right.
So when you think about self-care, you need to think about what's important to you. And we talk about self-care from a spectrum to emotional, physical, mental, social. It runs spiritual. It runs a large spectrum. So those things that are important to you, you need to ensure that you engage them in your life, and you engage them in your life enough so that you feel satisfaction, reward. Those people who take care of themselves well have confidence. It helps self-esteem. It helps you look for the next thing going forward.
Yeah. When you think, some people when they hear self-care, they think, oh, does that mean I'm supposed to go get a facial or take a bubble bath? For some, maybe that's what it means.
But it is.
Yeah. But I was wondering, I know you alluded to some, but talk about what are maybe some of the biggest things that people can do. I don't know if it's, go outside and connect with nature, relationship building. What would you recommend to folks?
Yeah, so again, it's really about you. So one of the things that you want to do is you want to kind of take an inventory of what feels good in my life and what doesn't. Where is my stress? Where am I managing it? And think about what are the things that influence you. So for some people, physical health is important for everyone. So sleep is critical for everyone. Eating a balanced diet is critical for everyone. So those are the kind of baseline. But how much you exercise, how much you meditate, how much you dance, how much you do what it is that's meaningful to you, that makes you feel good about you and your life, it's really about you figuring it out.
And I think the problem is sometimes self-care comes second, right? We have our work, as women in particular, the
Right.
kids become a priority. At least when it comes to work, is there some sort of balance, or do you think companies are doing a good enough job sort of re-gearing and encouraging their employees to lean in and take care of themselves?
Employers are more and more looking at issues of self-care and what they can do to improve the mental wellness of their employees. Yeah. And it started to be more pronounced with the pandemic, but it really started before then. The generations after me, the baby boomers were workaholics, and we look back and we say that probably wasn't a really good thing. Employers are recognizing that their employees today, their younger employees, are looking for them to have mental health benefits, to make, to have real lunch times, to give flexibility to work hours, to allow people to have that very
that
important
hybrid
work-life balance, that work in 9 to 5. If it's not productive because you've got other issues going on, it's not as important as quality production and job satisfaction.
Absolutely. Well said. We have very little time left, but I want you to mention the resource fair that you are going to be part of that's on May 16th.
On May 16th, Hegira Health is partnering with other community organizations at the Westland Jefferson Barnes Revitalization Center to provide community resources at no cost to anyone who's interested.
Yeah. What you do is so critical and such an asset to our community, so thank you. Thank you for
you.
your service. It's
Thank you.
absolutely needed. And we will be right back.